But I hear
18 defeats. 18 defeats.
That's not what we're talking
18
about.
defeats.
Alex.
That's not it, Alex.
That's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
no, but don't, Jerome. Don't do that, Jerome. Don't do that, Jerome.
Hang on.
Don't even start me. Don't even stop me, Jerome. Don't even do that, Jerome. Jerome, do not stop me. Jerome, do not stop me. Do not stop me. Jerome, do not stop me. Do not stop me. Jerome,
you are someone. Alex,
do not stop me.
Jerome, you are someone that's always this stupid agenda. That's really annoying.
Okay,
why is he starting on me for? Why is he starting on me for?
Just shut up for once.
I'll shut up, but why is he starting on me for? Why is he starting on me for? I'm just rebutting him, but he has to start.
You're asking me a question, but not allowing me to answer. What I'll do is I'm going to come to you, Alex. Okay, I'm going to come to you now. What are you here to say this evening, sir?
Okay, I won't say anything because I'm obviously can't. I'm not welcomed here, obviously, because I was just here to just rebuttal. I was just trying to rebuttal the point, but obviously,
of course, you're welcome. That's why you shared the link in the group chat. There, everybody else.
Okay, I was just saying, just to rebuttal to Hassan saying that it doesn't really matter. We've had 18 defeats, 22 defeats, and you're saying that's acceptable. You're saying that's acceptable in the season, right? The way that you're saying it doesn't matter because we've got Europa League, that's pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. Is that good enough for Liverpool? Is that good enough for Liverpool? You're telling me that's good enough for Liverpool?
Can I answer your question?
No. If you're telling me that's good for Liverpool, you just said. Now let me finish my point. Because you said you've had your time to shine. You've had your time to shine. You're telling us that is good enough. That is good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. The worst record since Christian Gross. This guy can't even get 10 home wins. 10 home wins, right? And you're telling us, oh, it don't really matter because we're in the Europa League. We've got important things to do. When we've got Liverpool, which let's be honest here, you're going to win the championship, right? Okay. We've got how many games? We've got Bodo Glimt. Right? If you can't beat Bodo Glimt, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay? They've lost how many games away from home, Bodo Glimt? And you're telling me that we should be concentrating on the Europa League when we've got our full team out. This is ridiculous. I mean, honestly, I'm glad I've come because I just don't understand what I'm hearing here. I'm sorry to say that.
Alex, but you're right there. You don't understand what's being said because Sam didn't say that you losing 18 games is okay because you're in the Europa League semi-final. It's called game state. He was specifically referring to the way you approach these last 2 or 3 games of the season, all things being fair. He isn't stating it's okay to lose 18 games if you go on to win a Europa League. That wasn't said, emphasized, expressed, or implied at any single which way. At no point did Hassam say that.
You asked a fantastic question. You said
you just came in like Mr. Big Shot, trying to be something. And then what was that about? Everything what you just said.
If you're going to talk to me, talk about football.
Everything what you just spoken about, we were just talking about. You just came in trying to be Mr. Big Shot.
No, but Jerome, we're here to talk about football. I'm not here to argue with you.
It's just exactly said the same thing we all said.
Talk about football then, Jerome. I'm not here to talk to you about anything else. Talk about football. I'm not here to talk about things like this.
Like Mr. Big Shot and trying to be saying like, oh, look at me, I'm Mr. Box Office. I know everything.
I'm not here to talk to you when you're going to talk to me. Talk about football. What is about the games right now today? Talk to me about football. Because at the moment, I'm not hearing nothing from you. I've just seen my team get absolutely bantered. And you're telling me to be happy.
Before. Everything,
I don't care anymore. You're an adult now. Tell me about the football match. Tell me about the football match, bruv. Tell me about the football match.
We lost.
Because at the moment,
we lost another game.
Here, talk to me about the football match.
Instead of talking nonsense, listen, we lost.
I'm not hearing nothing from
another goddamn game.
I'm not hearing nothing from you.
Every time you come in like Mr. Big Shot, trying to say, oh, look at me, I'm Mr. Box Office, I know better than you.
Feeling sorry for yourself right now. I'm not hearing anything about football. I'm not hearing anything about football. Well, Bo, talk to me about football. Talk to me about football, because at the moment I'm not hearing nothing from you.
I'm going to jump in, guys.
This is the fucking Terrace.
Okay.
Can I just say one thing now to respond to Jerome?
Yeah, because he called you out. Hassan, go on, mate.
Yes. So Jerome, sorry, I forgot what your name is. Mr. Box Office, Alex. You get me? Started screaming. Would this be good enough for Liverpool? I'm not even trying to be condescending. I'm just being honest. Spurs are not Liverpool. This is the reality. You have to build your way to get there. Just like here, the South, Liverpool are not Real Madrid. We're not Real Madrid. I know we're not. But I want us to build to become that. Let Ainge get the trophy first so you could actually experience silverware and step by step build. Is it good enough for any Big Six club to lose 18 games? Every single fan of Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and Man United will tell you it's not good enough to lose 18 games. You ask Terry right now. Terry, blanket answer. Is it good enough to be where United are in the league? He tell you no. Yeah, of course it's not good enough. So no one is disagreeing with what you when you're saying it's not good enough. I'm saying look at Ainge's substitutions. Look at even your team's mannerisms. The way that they played against Frankfurt. One of the things, I assume you're Ainge out. I've watched you here and there on different channels. I think you're Ainge out. I've watched multiple games of Tottenham Hotspur. I haven't seen a game where you go away to Germany, to Frankfurt, with one of the best strikers that all the Premier League clubs are looking at in Ekitike, and you kept a clean sheet. You kept a clean sheet. Can you imagine? Tottenham Hotspur, clean sheet. Same sentence. That shows me that the intensity that you're playing on in Europe is different. That's why even when Jerome brought up the thing like, oh, if we play like this against Bodo Glimt, we're going to get knocked out. But the whole premise of this argument that me and Terry brought up is you're not going to play like this because the whole energy and the vibe of the team before a Europa League game, they play like it matters. You're now 13th or 16th or whatever. If you win every single game from now to the end of the season, the maximum you can finish is what, 9th, 10th? Who cares? All you've heard all your life as a Spurs fan is, where are your trophies? I'd rather finish 15th and win something. Okay, you're in that position now in a semi-final. Go win that Europa League. Now, I'll say this, and I'm going to be fair. If you do not win the Europa League, I will hand with you criticize Ainge Postecoglou and say he should be sacked at once. 100% agree. Because you can't be that shit in the league and also not win Europa. So he has to win the Europa League. I'm with you. That's all I'm saying.
Sam, I'm saying the same thing as you, bro. I've been saying the same thing since the very, very start. The only reason why I can't say things because I've not been on the show a long time. Yeah, you've got people on the show that were criticizing me, right? And now jump on the bandwagon with Ange out now. Yeah, right. Now I've put myself out there and say we should be winning the Europa League, which is absolutely embarrassing now because for me, you said everything you said about Frankfurt. I said after that game, when we won the game, I said I was confused. Please can the real Tottenham Hotspur turn up? Because at the moment, that was only because of circumstance. Man City, because of circumstance, winning 4-0. The game against Liverpool in the first leg, circumstance. The Brentford game, 2-0 away from home, circumstance. And the Frankfurt game was a classic, absolute classic. If Frankfurt scored, it could have been a different game. But we kept defensively because nothing went wrong. We were just defensively solid. That was it. No one was no fullback was inverting. Nobody was the midfield was tight. You had we didn't really have that much in attack. You got Will Still on the TV right now, absolutely pulling apart the Lens manager, pulling apart our tactics completely. Even Alex's dad, Alex's dad is now looking at it and saying, "What is this, Ange Postecoglou? You're not learning." And this is where my question mark is. This is why I said the Premier League games now up to the end of the season is so important now because then we're going to see whether Ange is learning. He ain't learning. He ain't learning. And this is why, even if he wins Europa League, I want him out. I want him out the club.
Alex,
and that's it for me.
I don't think a lot of people are
Terry. I'm sorry, Terry. I know we don't get on sometimes. I do apologise.
You haven't got to say sorry, and I don't worry about. I don't think we don't get on. I just fine, and I don't think anybody would blame you if at the end of the season you say, because again, this is why I don't think winning trophies is the only thing that matters, because it would make complete sense even if you won the Europa League to move on from him, because winning a cup competition is not an indicator that you're going to improve in the league, and being good and continuing to grow and be solid and consistent in your league is for me is one of the most important barometers to focus on. So I don't disagree with you on that point, which is why no one here has said losing 18 games is okay if you win a Europa League. We're simply talking about the game state of where this individual season is. I don't think the right thing for you to do is to play all your best players in all 5 remaining league games, and for them to be running through brick walls, risking injury to try and win those matches, when actually for a team that is dysfunctional, a team that isn't perfect or isn't consistent enough, I think you just need them to be as fit as possible for potentially 3 more games in Europe this season where they can run through those brick walls and hopefully get you over the line. Because whether Ange stays or goes, winning that trophy is something that I think Spurs should be thirsting for. I certainly am as a Man United fan. And then, as you say, the season ends, and then your owners can review the manager and then maybe part ways and find someone else. That element, I think we agree with here. A few super chats I want to go to. First one says, don't disrespect Bodo Glimt. There's a reason they're in the semis. Yeah, Bodo Glimt are a good team. They gave Man United a really close game at Old Trafford. Had that not been at our ground, could have gone a very different way. They've got some very good wide players. It's going to be a tough game.
Last probably said the same thing before Frankfurt. I'm not disrespecting Spurs, but if I've maintained the opinion that Spurs are getting to the Europa League final from the round of 16, I'm allowed to stick by that opinion.
Sam, I've got no problem with you saying what you're saying. I'm the same as you, mate. I am the same person that gave you credit when you lost 2-1 when you had 2 players sent off, and it was an embarrassing win, right? And so I'm with you, mate. I'm not. I think we're just getting our eyes crossed at the moment. This is the problem at the moment because we don't really stream a lot together. So I think we're on the same page. Sorry, back to you, Terry. Sorry.
Harold here says Glint with another injury today. 4 of their best players are out for the first leg. However, Glint pose a threat. Both Lazio and Olympiacos were both happy to face them. Yeah, look, Spurs could beat them. But there is a threat there, and Spurs are going to have to try and be at their absolute best. And I think they do that by having everyone fit and available. So when will it be okay for Spurs fans to abandon league games and just show up for cup games? Well, the boys have said never. The Spurs fans have said see that, and that's it. That's their right. That's their right as Spurs fans, and it's our right to disagree. I think, Padge, they've answered that question already rather than make them repeat themselves. They've already made that very clear. In terms